Hello friends, Adam here with FED. So I intentionally skipped today's video topic in yesterday's video because I thought it deserved its own time in the spotlight. I think we know the driving force behind Fire Emblem Engage's story. And I think we've been shown it from the very beginning and with little context clues, but I think it's for sure being shown to us with this most recent trailer. So Fire Emblem Engage is going to be all about Alir's journey to become either the next divine dragon or fail and become the next fell dragon. That's right, we're going full Star Wars now, and Alir is going to have to resist the pull to the dark side. This most recent trailer does have a few hints at this, and honestly, it's a pretty cool take on the importance of Fire Emblem's colors red and blue throughout the history of the series. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but first let's start off early on in the trailer, where we see the lady that sacrificed herself to save Alir from the fell dragon guy say, "You must fight on with the utmost divinity." Now, I thought it was really weird for Alir's supposed mother. Some people are saying it's obviously his mother. I think it still could be some sort of like priestess lady that people look up to as some sort of like demigod or something, or maybe like the previous divine dragon, which I guess would lean into the idea of her being his mother. I don't know. I don't really care at this point. It doesn't matter that much to me yet. I think there's some potential there for something to be talked about there. But for now, I don't think it matters that much for this discussion. Anyways, she says, "You must fight on with the utmost divinity." I thought this was a really weird line. I thought it was honestly kind of stupid. I kind of hated it. I was like, oh, it's goofy and anime is crap and stupid. Like, why? But as the trailer went on and I thought more, I was like, wow, I think I get it. She says that because she's saying, hey, fight with the utmost divinity, or again, the utmost good. I think she's literally telling her child, hey, I'm not going to be around anymore. I need you to be good. Like a parent says when they leave the house, they say, like, oh, Adam, be good while I'm away, So she's saying like, hey, be good. Because again, like, like divinity is having to do with like God or godlike things. And in like a more informal sense, like excellence or something that is delightful is divine, right? So generally, divinity is like tied to a good thing. And of course, good is the opposite of evil. So she's saying, hey, be good, implying that there is like a dark side he can fall to, right? And thinking of that, taking a look at the character wheel that we've seen since the first direct trailer, there are two dragons intertwined and biting each other, circling the emblem characters, right? I think that this actually represents Alir. I thought at first it was just like, the divine dragon and the fell dragon fighting each other or whatever, just like some generic artwork of that. But now I think it is representative of Alir's inner struggle to become either good or bad. And that's the question that we're going to be exploring throughout the game. And I think that's actually kind of a cool take. To support this, I think we have a couple more things in the trailer to talk about. Alir has lost his memories, we know that. And I would go so far as to say that the reason he lost his memory is because he became the fell dragon, or was about to become the fell dragon 1,000 years ago, but was put to sleep to reset or try again later. It's the conversation with Marth that makes me think this. Alir asks Marth, what was I like back then? And Marth is like, oh, you were kind. But you can tell when he's saying it that there's like a hint of sadness in his face and in the words. And he even says, you don't need to remember everything at once. And again, he sounds sad about it. So maybe Marth doesn't really want Alir to remember the past where he was like evil and bad. And who knows, maybe Marth played a part in like defeating Alir and like kind of putting him in his place so he wouldn't become the fell dragon or something. That's something Marth would do, right? He's a very good person. Doesn't want the fell dragon to be around, I think that's actually a pretty interesting case for that Marth was there, saw it, and saw him turn evil and doesn't want it to happen again. I think there's some credence to that. But I think the end of the trailer is where things get spicy and really show this off. There's this sequence, and it's either like a premonition, kind of like what we see at the beginning of Awakening, where Chrom is stabbed by Robin, essentially with like magic or whatever. So I think there's a chance it's like a premonition like that, or it's a memory. And I'm inclined to believe it is a memory of some kind that is unlocked by the bad guys. They make it so he can see that, oh, I actually fell to the dark side. I became the Fell Dragon. I was about to become the Fell Dragon before, and it's probably gonna be the last like straw that helps Alear resolve to not be bad anymore, right? We even in that trailer we saw that his hair was only red and his eyes were only red, getting rid of the blue. And blue, again, in Fire Emblem generally represents the good guys. So here's my prediction. With all that in mind, my prediction: Alear's hair is blue and red because because they, or he or she, whatever, are in a state of limbo. They're neither divine nor fell at this point. But at some point, Alear will resolve to become the divine dragon, and his hair will be purely blue. And this will mirror the scene of him with fully red hair, where he's obviously evil. He even has like the weird smirk that like looks evil and bad, right? So I think that's gonna be the like big plot point, and then he'll go on to defeat purple bad guys, right? But as an aside, I do hope that they give the player the option to become the Fell Dragon in some way or another. Like, let us have red or blue hair, and let us go for the world domination kind of ending. I think that could be really cool. Now, last thing I want to talk about: why does Alear have potential to become both a divine dragon and a Fell Dragon if this is possible? Either it's just like some in-world thing where every dragon can like choose to be good or bad, and that's just kind of how it all works, or I think we kind of have a weird parentage situation, a la Fates. Fates was weird with like all the characters that were brothers and sisters had different parents and stuff. It was all wild and weird. But I think that might be something here. I think Alear might have like his lineage might be like partially from the blue hair lady at the beginning who dies, and maybe the other half is from like the evil guy that puts on like an emblem ring, or the evil guy with the weird dragon feet that they see appear at some point with like the 3 eyes. You know, he has like the weird like eye on his forehead. I think he might be like his father. So Alear could have like good guy mom and bad guy dad. Something that's been done in Fire Emblem before with characters like Deirdre or Julia, right? But I think that might be the case. Actually, that might be why Alear has both red and blue hair, and why he can become both a good dragon boy or a bad dragon boy. But hey, that's all just speculation. That's all me just thinking here. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Alear is going to have the chance or choice to become good or bad? Or do you think I'm just blowing smoke and this is all stupid and I'm overreacting to some small things I saw in a video game trailer? Let me know in the comments. And also, please subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, you should be. Especially if you made it to the end of the video. I imagine you like enjoyed this at least a little bit. So if you did, subscribe. It helps out. And you can always change your mind later and unsubscribe if you'd like. And of course, like the video, help other people find it. It's a huge thing in outreach and helping other people find the channel. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.